Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another unpopular Disney opinion, because I'm gonna hit you with one. It's been a little while since we've done one of these, and this is an opinion that I have not made private by any means, but a lot of people want to fight me on, and it's this. Na'vi River Journey is one of, if not the best, dark ride on Disney World property. Don't at me. So here's the thing. There's a lot of love for specific dark rides in Disney World. I've actually talked about previously in one of my old unpopular Disney opinions about Peter Pan getting a lot of love, and I don't understand it at all. In general, it feels like dark rides are the ones that people get the most combative about. I'm not really sure why. I guess because they're more of that typical Disney quintessential Imagineering sort of ride, and everyone has their favorite. And I think we all have that nostalgia for certain rides, and we like to argue about which ones we think just did it better. Personally, I think Na'vi River Journey is top 3 in dark rides in Disney World, if not almost number 1. I think the only thing for me that beats it is Haunted Mansion, and so maybe it's number 2. And I think there's a lot of dislike for Na'vi River Journey, and I don't get it. I don't get it because I think it is a beautiful, amazing ride, and I don't know where all the cynicism comes from. I understand that when Pandora opens that, you know, we have these 2 rides, and otherwise the rest of it is just exploring this land, and one of them is Flight of Passage, and it's incredible, my favorite ride, period. And how do you top that, right? And then you go on Na'vi River Journey, and a lot of people were like, this is it. You know, I went on Flight of Passage, which was the most incredible experience ever. And then I go on Na'vi River Journey, and I'm like, cool, I'm on a boat, you know, whatever. I don't think it's fair to compare those 2 rides because they aren't comparable. Like, you can't compare a thrilling motion simulator ride with a dark boat ride. Like, you just can't do that. They're completely different beasts. So first of all, I think that's completely unfair, and people really need to stop doing that because they are both part of Pandora as a whole and are supposed to be telling the story of Pandora as a whole, and I don't really get that whole thing. But Flight of Passage aside, and we're just focusing on Na'vi River Journey compared to other dark rides, other boat rides, whatever you want to think of it as, I think it is a phenomenal ride. I think the only downside to the ride that I can agree with some of these criticisms is that it is too short. I completely agree. I think if we had another minute, it wouldn't feel as short as it is. And to be fair, we've also got things like Small World that like just go on forever. So we're used to stuff like that. And then you come into this ride, which is, I don't even know how long it is. I would say less than 4 minutes. It's a pretty short ride. But just because a ride is short doesn't mean it's not great. I mean, look at Rock and Roller Coaster. That ride's like under 2 minutes. Come on. Na'vi River Journey has it all. It has beautiful visuals, some of the best music that I think has been in any dark ride, and just an amazing sort of ambiance and feel to it that I think I don't really get with other dark rides. Some people argue there's no story, but there is a story. It's just not, you know, written out for you blatantly like some of the other dark rides are. You know, sure, I can say that Winnie the Pooh has a story, but it's still pretty muddled together and thrown together, and it's really just a bunch of different pieces from different Winnie the Pooh stories and movies and all of that. So, I mean, you can't really argue to me that there's more of a story there. Or where Peter Pan, I mean, yeah, it's the story of the movie, just like really, really fast and discombobulated, but somehow that's better than Na'vi River Journey, which I think has this inherent story of you are going through this jungle of the Na'vi, you are slowly making your way through and starting to see animals kind of crop up as you go deeper and deeper into the jungle. And then you start to see the Na'vi appear. They start to recognize that you're there, and then more of them start to come, and the music starts to swell up, and they start to sing with it. And in the end, you are seeing the shaman, who is the big, awesome animatronic, which, by the way, I'll get to her in a second, but easily that alone wins the day. But the shaman is now fully singing this song, which actually I looked into the lyrics of what it means from the language of the Na'vi to English, and she's basically calling on the spirits of the forest to protect them and to care for them. And it's like this big climax moment of like seeing this beautiful ceremony happening and being accepted into this ceremony, from where you went from, oh, this is weird, ominous, and quiet, to now the Na'vi have accepted you in and you are experiencing this amazing ceremony before you leave. So there is a story. It's just not, you know, in your face, step by step, telling you exactly what's happening, but there's definitely story there. I don't understand the argument of there being nothing there at all. But again, speaking about the shaman, literally the most amazing animatronic I have ever seen. Every time I get on that ride, I want to get stuck in front of that shaman so I can just sit there and watch her move forever, because it is absolutely incredible how she moves. And I know that there are some people who have not been able to see her because she's been down, and then they put up a projection screen, and that super sucks, and I'm really sorry because she's amazing. Give it another try if you weren't able to see the real thing, because it is so cool. The first time I saw her, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that this is essentially a robot. Like, the fluidity of her movements and her limbs, and it's so good. It's so amazingly good. So I think that alone wins, and I know that maybe it's a little unfair because some of these older dark rides are old. They don't have the kind of technology that we have today to make something like the shaman, but sorry, she's just amazing. Like, for that alone, it is worth going on that ride. I would also say, not since I was a kid and first heard Grim Grinning Ghosts have I ever been so obsessed with a song in a ride. I think it is like absolutely beautiful. I listen to it at home sometimes just because, I don't know, it just gives me chills. I think it is fantastic for an original song that comes just in an original language. I don't know, it's just all very beautiful to me. I really appreciate it. I think the visuals are amazing. The whole scene with the frogs on the leaves is so cool. I could stare at those all day. Like, I agree that there are certain things that, like, maybe I wish that there weren't so many projections, but at the same time, I think they do a really good job of both incorporating that and incorporating actual physical effects. And yeah, I mean, give me another minute on that ride and I think it would be longer and better, but I love it. I think it's absolutely lovely, and I think it is one of the best dark rides on property. And I think that the people who dismiss it, man, I don't know, open up your heart a little bit to, I don't know, something magical, because it is just really magical to me. And I guess it just blows my mind that other people don't feel that way. I don't know. Anyway, that is my unpopular opinion, because apparently a lot of people just don't care for the ride. They've done it once, they'll never do it again. For me, oh my god, my last trip I did it twice in a couple of hours because I just thought it was so great. So I would love to know in the comments below, how do you feel about Na'vi River Journey? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you indifferent to it? Have you not even gone on it because you just feel like it's not worth it? Do let me know in the comments below. I love the conversation that comes out of these videos. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe, because I'm making videos every single week. And it's been a little tough lately because I'm working again in an office. Life's been a little crazy, but I'm trying to get back on the horse, get back on the schedule, and get you guys videos 3 times a week. So please subscribe and tune in if you want to talk more Disney. Thanks so much and have a great rest of the day. Bye.